Selecting combatants. So far this turn, both the Fubani, green, and Devanu, blue, players have drawn an initiative counter. The Fubani player chose not to move anything, but the Devanu player used her Semper to activate the Grishak using Beast Handler, and they both moved into contact with the Fubani militia. The Grishak charged in and fought a combat with a hapless member of militia, whose armour was insufficient to save her from the savage attack, and was therefore removed from play. When the next green counter is drawn, the Fubani player moves a knight in to support the remaining overwhelmed militia. An orange combat counter is drawn, leading to a combat phase. The Fubani player has the initiative, so has the first opportunity to initiate a combat. The Fubani player chooses to attack the Semper with the knight. The Devanu player has the opportunity to choose a model to support, but there are no models to engage with the combat at this time, so she is forced to pass. The Fubani player chooses to use a militia in support. As the Grishak is now engaged with the rapidly growing combat, the Devanu player chooses to involve it in the combat to give support. Resolving the combat. Once the two players have selected their primary combatants and supporting models, both sides select a mix of Erak and Oran in secret from their pool of stones. The Fubani player has 4 stones, 3 from the knight and 1 from the supporting militia. The Devanu player has 6 stones to choose, 5 from his Semper and 1 from the supporting Grishak. The Fubani player is keen to take the Devanu down, whatever the cost. He selects to take all 4 stones as Erak. The Devanu player is more cautious, selecting 4 Oran and only 2 Erak. Both players cast their combat stones at the same time. With the resultant casts, both sides would land a blow against the other, and both the Semper and the knight would need to make a save against their toughness value. The Fubani player gets the first opportunity to adjust the result, as he initiated the combat, but is happy with his cast as he has managed to land a blow on the Semper. The Devanu player is less happy with the result, so uses one of her 2 remaining stamina to use combat discipline to recast her 4 failures, this time casting more successfully and avoiding any blows from landing. The Fubani player responds by using his combat training to recast his 2 failures, casting another successful Erak. The Devanu player decides to use her last stamina to dodge, turning over one of the Fubani player's Erak and removing the only blow that was going to land. The Fubani player has no options available to him, so passes, as does the Devanu player. The Devanu Semper has landed 2 blows and allocates 1 against each of the Fubani. Both are unfortunate enough to fail their saves and are removed from play as casualties.